Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. Well, 3-0 to Liverpool. And no Salah contributions, only a Mane assist and nothing from Trent Alexander-Arnold either. I can't believe what I've just witnessed, to be honest. I was hoping to come on this stream in full of energy, full of life, but unfortunately it's just been another absolute nightmare game week. Probably for a lot of people, to be fair. You know, Bruno Fernandez getting an assist when he admitted himself he didn't touch the ball. Kane blanking. Who else blank? Well, of course, Salah blanking. It's been absolutely crazy. Lingard getting an assist on an Antonio goal right at the last minute there. Wood could have had a goal. Rafinha had a goal ruled out for offside. The Man City game was an absolute nightmare because Cancelo got himself red carded. And the player who scores the most points in my team is Digne on 8 points, who I nearly benched. I was so close to benching him. Went down to the last second. A crazy game week. I think I'm just about ready for this season to end, to be honest. I really am. It's just been an absolute nightmare. So basically, guys, I don't really want to talk about my team in this stream at all, but I thought I'd give you a quick update anyway. The good thing is that a lot of my buy, sell, keep, avoid picks came off pretty well. Keeping Watkins worked out. Buying Willock, if you bought Willock in, you would have got points there. If you bought in Mane, like I said, you would have got an assist there. So yeah, overall, the buy, sell, keep, avoid videos seem to be going very strongly. It's the team selection videos that I'm worried about because it just goes down further and further downhill. But yeah, it's just been a very strange couple of game weeks in a row. I think very strange indeed. But it is what it is, and we'll move on to next game week and then next season. But yeah, look, my season was over a long time ago, and it only seems to be getting worse. So I mean, as long as I can continue to help you guys do well in your teams, then that's what I care about the most. So let's make sure we can help you guys out a little bit, even if my team is going absolutely tragically. So we'll talk about some players. Let's talk about some players. So let's open up the screen nice and big so we can have a big old screen to all have a look at. I know a few of you guys are saying your scores in the chat. I'm not gonna read out any scores today just because I just don't want to depress myself anymore. But congratulations everyone who did well today, and commiserations for everyone who didn't do so well, of course. But yeah, hopefully guys you are still smashing it, but I can't be reading any high scores right now. It's a bit fresh. It's a bit fresh at the moment, but we'll stream it regardless, won't we? So, let's have a look at who people are buying and who people are selling first of all, because I do want to say a really good player to take out right now is Bruno Fernandez. I really doubt he is going to play in this final game week. Of course, it's against Wolves away, which you would say is not a bad fixture. But I just can't see him playing. I really can't. There's only a couple of days between the game on Sunday and then the Europa League final. So I do expect some heavy rotation. I would pretty much be taking out, Fernandez. I wouldn't be counting on Rashford. I would not be counting on pretty much any of your Manchester United attackers. If you've got Luke Shaw, I hope you've got cover on the bench because I don't know if Luke Shaw's going to play either. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. I think Greenwood, I don't think he necessarily starts, but I do think Greenwood will at least get some minutes off the bench perhaps. Maybe there's some sort of ideas that maybe Greenwood isn't actually going to start the Europa League final. Chatting to a couple of Manchester United fans, they reckon it's going to be Pogba on the left, Rashford on the right, Bruno in behind, and then Cavani up top, which doesn't really leave room for Greenwood, which is kind of interesting. Or maybe Rashford doesn't start, but I don't know. I don't know exactly, but yeah, there's definitely going to be some heavy rotation in that last game for Manchester United. Their position is secured, and guys, I really would recommend, if you can take out Bruno Fernandez, I really would recommend just bringing in Sadio Mane straight away, easy peasy, done and dusted. I think that's just the most obvious choice to go for. Mane was so much to play for still with Liverpool. They've got to win this last game. Mane, I actually thought looked okay. Obviously, he got an assist. He could have had a goal in this game, quite early in the game actually, but it was kind of a difficult. The ball kind of bounced off, did a bit of a ricochet, and he couldn't quite get on the end. Well, he did get on the end of it, but he couldn't quite tuck it away. So he could have got a goal today. I didn't think he played too badly. I don't think Mane's been playing too badly in general. I think out of Mane and Salah, there's not too much in it. It's just the penalty factor that weights it towards Salah. So obviously, if you haven't got Salah, Bruno to Salah. If you haven't got Mane, but you do have Salah, Bruno to Mane would work really well. So have a go on that. Crystal Palace, of course, at home. Liverpool in front of home ground, lots to play for. So that could be a really interesting transfer to go for. So yeah, how about that? Think about that. In terms of other players you might want to transfer out, let's see who we've got here. So obviously Cancelo, you've got to take him out. I think if you've still got Jota, you may as well leave him in. I know he's very unlikely to start, but I don't know. Who else would you bring in? I don't know, maybe Rafinha or someone like that. Calvert-Lewin, I can completely understand why people are taking him out, kind of thing, because you've got Manchester City. But on the other hand, a lot of it tells me that, you know, Man City are conceding a lot of goals recently. How many goals have Man City conceded over the last couple of games? Let's just look on Diaz. Obviously 2 against Brighton and then 4 against Newcastle. Wait, was it 4 against Newcastle or 3 against? Did they win or lose that game? No, they lost. No, they won. No, they lost, I think. No, you know what? I can't even remember anymore. I'm so disenfranchised with Manchester City at the moment. But, you know, the point is they're conceding loads of goals. They conceded loads of goals. You know, even against Chelsea, they conceded 2 goals. So it's a bit all over the place. So in terms of going for someone like Calvert-Lewin, actually, you know what? You know, maybe you should actually have him in your team. Everton, of course, lots more to play for than Manchester City. So why not? I just have kind of lost a lot of faith in Man City, to be honest. Yeah, which is a bit of a weird one. I mean, I would say that I wish I'd not gone for Ederson, but if I didn't go for Ederson, I'd be going for Meslier or Fabianski. But both of those guys are in the mud as well. So it's a crazy end to the season, and things are not going too well. So we really need to be focusing on that team, those teams with a lot to play for, and those teams are, of course, you know, Liverpool, West Ham, you would say. Everton have a little bit to play for still. And outside of that, you know, obviously Leicester, but they've got the fixture against Spurs. I don't know. Is it worth going back in for a Leicester player against Spurs? Spurs are pretty bad in defence. So that's definitely a consideration. Maybe that's what we should be looking at, guys. Let's have a look at... Oh, no, not that. I'm looking actually for the Premier League table. And actually kind of let's have a look who has still got a lot to play for. Because that's kind of what we want to think about. But yeah, definitely Liverpool. Definitely Liverpool players. Chelsea up against Aston Villa. It's not a bad fixture. Maybe consider going for a Chelsea player. I'm not really sure who you would go for. That's the difficulty with Chelsea, isn't it? But Liverpool, yeah. Leicester City against Spurs. Maybe go for a Leicester attacker. Iheanacho back in. If you haven't kept him, if you have kept him, then fair play. Looking pretty good. West Ham do want to keep that 6th place, don't they? Spurs, you would say, still have a lot to play for, but I don't think I'll be bringing in any more Spurs players just because of the form that they're showing. Everton do still have a chance of coming in 6th, but it's looking pretty slim. Looking pretty slim indeed. So, yeah, not fully convinced by that one, but definitely these are the kind of teams that we want to be looking at. And then there's just usually at the end we'd have like maybe a relegation team, a team struggling for relegation, like battling to the last game, and we could have a look at some of their players to see, because they've got a lot to play for. But as you can see, everyone's relegated. So, you know, everyone's going to be at the beach right up until, you know, arguably Aston Villa, Leeds, Arsenal. From 9th and below, no one's got anything to play for anymore. Quite literally, nothing. There's nothing interesting going on at 9th and below. So yeah, triple up on Liverpool, guys. Do make sure you do that. Manchester City, Manchester United, I think you just, get rid of them if you have to. Chelsea, I don't know where you go there. I don't know. Who would you guys go for at Chelsea? I mean, what's going on with Kai Havertz? He wasn't even on the bench, was he? Wasn't even on the bench. I don't know if there's an injury there. I actually should probably look it up, but I've been watching the football, so I've not actually had a chance to do my research yet, so this is all fairly off the cuff. But, yeah, a few people are asking about strikers. Sky says going for to bring Benteke against Liverpool. I don't know about that one. In terms of strikers, who are we looking at really? We're looking at Antonio, and Firmino. Sophie's mentioned Firmino. Yeah, I mean you've got to have a look at him. To be fair, I don't actually think Firmino looked, other than the one chance he did get, it didn't really look like he was likely to get a lot of goals or assists or anything like that. Obviously, he was in the right place at the right time, and the goalkeeper probably should have saved it as well. So although Firmino, yes, he did get the goal, fantastic. If you've already got him, then absolutely you should love that. But I'm not 100% convinced that he's a player I'd want to go for ahead of Mane or Salah or someone like that, Wood is obviously a very good shout for game week 38. He plays against Sheffield United. Assuming that Wood does play, Burnley kind of on the beach, so I don't know. I don't know what we're saying there. But Antonio and Wood would be top of my list, I would say, for strikers for game week 38. You could possibly have a look at Bamford maybe, but I don't know. Oyvindo2 says Martial might play Sunday. Yes, that's very true. I probably should have mentioned that, guys. Yes, Martial could actually be back. That's another reason why Manchester United are just going to be so risky in this last game. So yeah, it's just it's pretty difficult to know where to go in terms of transfers. But I would personally be liking the look of Antonio against Southampton. Maybe I go in for him. I'm already tripled up on Liverpool. I need to figure out what's going on with Kai Havertz, because if he's back in the team for the game against Aston Villa, then potentially he's actually a player that I might quite like to have. So not sure. Yeah, Lingard, I'm glad he's gone, to be fair. Cheeky Rodrigo says Ukafar. Maybe Cheeky Rodrigo. If you're fancying a little spicy risk, then yeah, you could go for Rodrigo. I think Bamford's probably the safer bet, but yeah, Rodrigo's been playing quite well as well. But I think your eyes should be drawn really to Antonio and Wood. Yeah, a couple of people saying Aguero. I don't know. Aguero should be fit, but again, Everton have much more to play for than Man City. Man City haven't looked fantastic recently, although, they're still scoring goals, to be fair. Aguero is kind of a bit of a weird one, because he's not fully fit. He's playing against an Everton team that have got much more to play for, and Everton not actually that bad defensively. I know they conceded against Sheffield United, but aside from that, they've been pretty good for clean sheets recently. They've been pretty defensively solid, playing sort of the five at the back type thing. Pretty solid. So, and Aguero, of course, he's not fully fit. He's got a little problem, hasn't he? They obviously, Pep thinks he's going to be back for Sunday. I hope he is, because it would be good for him to have a send-off. A really nice send-off. And I think, if he does play, he's going to be on penalties, you would say. And hopefully he would have a really good game. But I don't know if it's if it was a team other than Everton, I would probably be more up for it, to be honest. If you want to have fun with it, then yeah, fair enough. Go for Aguero. Give him a proper FPL send-off. I kind of would understand that. But I don't think Aguero's just not. He's been in and out of the team. He's not had a run of games. He's had injury problems, consistent all on and off all season, mostly on. It's a tough fixture. Man City, nothing to play for, and there's so many warning flags to say keep away from Aguero. I don't know whether to listen to those warning flags or not, to be honest. Yeah, I'll probably avoid Aguero, but I would completely understand if you wanted to go for him as a kind of a see you later, a last chance saloon type thing. But But yeah, no, Wood and Antonio would be the players that I would be looking at. Would potentially going for Iheanacho if you fancy it. If you've taken them out already, that is. Matthew Vaughan says Mane in for Son or Robertson in for Shaw. No hit. No hit in either instance. I'd probably go for Mane in for Son. To be fair, I think that's probably a pretty good move. You know, Leicester, I imagine, is going to be fairly defensively solid in that game. That's kind of, they've been quite defensively solid for a while now. It's a tricky game for Spurs, and Spurs, I just don't think they're in very good form at all. They're just not doing very well. Mane and Liverpool, it's just, you know, this is everything. This is really everything. So Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Mane in for Son without a hit sounds fantastic. It really does. Robertson in for sure. I could kind of understand why you would go for that one as well. I guess the advantage of doing Robertson in for sure is that you know, Son has got a better chance of actually playing than Shaw has. So in that sense, can you field a full 11? Are you happy if you brought in Mane for Son? Are you starting Shaw? If you are starting Shaw, who's your backup? Are you happy with your backup kind of thing? And try and maybe have a think about that as well. Joel Lobo says Wood might be rotated. Yeah, of course he might. He might. I don't know if Wood's got any personal goals with, you know, how many goals he wants to score this season, something like that. Very, very possible, definitely. But Wood has been in fantastic form. He looks good again today. I mean, he should have scored. He really should have scored. And Nat Phillips had an absolutely wonderful performance today. Absolutely wonderful performance. Otherwise, you know, Burnley really, I know the score was 3-0, but Burnley really looked like scoring for large portions of the game. They really were looking just fine, Burnley. And they've got Sheffield United next. So I don't know, it depends how much rotation there is. I don't know if there's any youngsters that Burnley want to give a game to. I'm not sure, really. I'll probably say that Wood starts up front with Vidra. Vidra just rested. You know, they'll go back up to a 2 up front against Sheffield United, you would say. Yeah, that's probably something that's likely to happen, I guess. Could be an interesting game. But yeah, Antonio is probably the safest bet for a striker to bring in this game week, I would say. That's who I would be targeting primarily, I think. If I were you guys, I don't know what I'm going to do personally. If I just look at my team very quickly, go on my pick team, I'll just show you what I'm working with. So, as things stand, we've got obviously the lovely triple up. I mean, what Trent, Salah, and Mane. How they had 1 goal contribution between them today is unbelievable. Maybe on another week, as in next week, we might fare a little bit better. I hope we will fare a little bit better, because that was surprising, to say the least. But there's going to be a lot of rotation. You know, Shaw may not play. Mahrez may not play. Greenwood may not play. I say Wood is pretty likely to play. I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then on my bench, I've got Vidra. I guess Sheffield United, I guess that's not too bad. Vidra's not been bad when he has played. I've got Cedric, who's just never going to play anyway. I mean, maybe I should actually be beefing up my defence somehow. I don't know. Or maybe I should get rid of Calvert-Lewin because he plays a game against Manchester City. I'm not sure. Not sure about that, to be honest. Glad I haven't got a Bruno Fernandez problem to worry about, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I could do, like, Mahrez to Havertz if I thought Havertz was going to play. I don't think that's very progressive, though. I could take a -4 and do something, try and just have some fun because the season's over anyway. Oh, excuse me, guys. That's first ever sneeze on stream. Don't know if it's hay fever or cat hair or what. I don't feel ill. Just sneezing and sniffly. I've been for a couple of days. That was yesterday, as you guys well know. So we could do like Calvert-Lewin to Antonio, maybe. I'm just going to have a little play. Why not, guys? just for a few minutes whilst just to give you some off the cuff content on this Wednesday evening. So maybe do Antonio there in for Calvert-Lewin, and I have 1.6 million. Maybe take a -4 because why not? We may as well have a little bit of fun. Take out Greenwood maybe, and I don't know what the situation. Does anyone know anything what's going on with Kai Havertz? Don't know, but yeah, he's obviously. Was Pulisic start this game tonight? I didn't watch him. No, he played the whole game. Havertz has got an injury, muscle injury, 75% chance of playing. So maybe we'll find out a little bit more about Havertz. If so, maybe he goes in like there, and then Greenwood's out and Calvert-Lewin's out, and we do something like that, maybe as a little why not type punt, a little YOLO, maybe something like that. That could be an interesting YOLO, but I'm not sure. I need to think about it, to be honest. I've not thought about it very much, mostly because I wanted to watch all the games first and not think about my GW38. But I also was hoping that I'd get a few more points. So, yeah. Not sure what to do with my team personally. I think I've got options, but I think I'll probably just YOLO it, because what's the worst that can happen? As far as I'm concerned, if I finish 150k or whatever I'm like at now, to finish 150k or to finish like 190k or something, it's kind of like no real difference. I wouldn't be any more unhappy with 190k than I would with 150k, really. And I don't know, maybe we can just get a boost by some blind luck. But you have to make that luck, don't you? And that's kind of something I've struggled to make for a couple of games. Yeah, don't know. There we go though. That's some ideas. I probably won't go for that, because I kind of want to keep Calvert-Lewin. I'm more tempted to take out Vidra maybe, but then because he didn't start today, now I kind of want to keep him a little bit. So maybe Shaw comes out, but if I'm going to YOLO it, do you really want to YOLO on a defender? What defender do you YOLO on a 1 week punt? I'm going to actually do a video this week, guys, which is going to be all about 1 week punts, which hopefully is going to be fairly interesting to you guys. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I'll just go through. I'm just going to do some research and find out who the best 1 week punts are, because there's one game week left, so we can do a 1 week punt. It's not a player we have to worry about long term. Who do we like the look of? Maybe we'll throw in Willock again. Talked a little bit about him already, haven't we, this week though? So maybe some of you guys have already gone for Willock. Antonio's probably a good 1 week punt, and Chris Wood, etc., etc. Aguero's probably good one. If you're talking about 1 week punt, Aguero's not a horrible shout, is it? If you've got the transfer to spend somewhere, why not? But yeah, need to debrief myself, really. This has all been very knee-jerk initial thought. More I think about Havertz, maybe I don't actually go for him, because perhaps he'll get, if he's got an injury, then maybe he gets arrested in this final game. But who else is there? Who else is there in terms of midfielders and forwards? Because those are the impact players, aren't they? Let's just have a look very quickly. Who are people bringing in terms of midfielders? Harrison, yeah, I can kind of get that. Foden, would we be bringing in Foden? I know he scored, but is he going to play again? Don't know. Maybe he does. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know who, in terms of midfielders, I'd want to bring in. There's not really an obvious player, is there? Just kind of, well, maybe I'll just do a forward and a defender, maybe. Like, what defenders have we got of any interest? Not really very much. I guess Creswell against Southampton's not terrible. Do I go for like Alioski? I guess I could go for like... Can I do Alioski and Ferdinand and then Calvert-Lewin up to Aguero? Can I afford that? No, Aguero is more than 10 million, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is anyway. Oh, he's not even going to be on any page like this, is he? Maybe be on like the last page. Well, unless literally no one in FPL is transferred in Aguero, which I refuse to believe. Maybe I just can't find him because I'm going blind. Am I going blind, guys? Bamford is not that interesting to me. Oh, there he is. No, 10.3 million, so I'd be 0.3 short. Right, okay. I've had another idea. Whilst we're thinking aloud, what about Calvert-Lewin and Vidra out? Which means I could go for, like, Antonio, which leaves him with 6.4, to go for, like, Iheanacho back in. Now, that actually is not bad, because those are proper YOLO players, aren't they? Iheanacho's definitely going to start, because Leicester have so much to play for. So good old Kelechi will be straight in there. West Ham, still plenty to play for. Antonio against Southampton at home. Something like that actually could be quite nice. And go 3 up front. And I guess I would bench Greenwood. And then one of Greenwood or Mahrez will play. So that covers me in midfield, you would say. And then I've got Dallas, Alexander-Arnold and Shaw at the back. Maybe Digne has to come on. If so, whatever. Maybe Cedric gets a game. You never know. Stranger things have happened on the last day of the season. But if we're talking about predicting what teams have got stuff to play for, I mean, I've been talking about West Ham. We've been talking about Leicester. So maybe something like that actually would be quite nice. Maybe. Food for thought. But at the same time, I don't hate the idea of keeping Calvert-Lewin just because of the way Man City have been playing. But I maximise my chance of doing well, because if Man City can keep a clean sheet, I don't have a Everton attacker to go up against Edison, basically. So it's high. You know, I'm not covered in either instance, but it's kind of high risk, high reward, isn't it? Someone said I should go Digne to Phillips, but of course I can't, because I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mane and Salah anyway, which is my favourite. He's still my favourite 3 Liverpool players, by the way. People ask about Mahrez. Is he a sell? Is he a hold? I'm not 100% sure, if I'm completely honest, because Pep Guardiola did say that obviously the Champions League final is after the Europa League final, so it's slightly different to the Manchester United situation. But Pep Guardiola did say that it's now about keeping momentum with his players, and it's good for players to have the momentum going into the big game. So does that mean that Mahrez is actually going to get some more minutes? Possibly. And Mahrez does have that explosivity that if he does end up playing, you could really be punished. And if he doesn't play, just have cover on the bench, I guess. Dan Cross says, yeah, but when Edison scores a pen, you'll be fine. Well, no, because Aguero's going to be on the pen because it's his last game. Otherwise, I'd agree with you. But no, doing something like this and getting rid of DCL, even though I don't actually mind, like if you guys have got DCL, I don't think he's an absolute must sell. I really don't. But this kind of maximises it for me, personally. Maximises my chances of doing something. Anything, just give me something in the last game of the season. Oh, guys, honestly, I can't wait this season to end, because it's just been an absolute terrible, terrible season for me in terms of FPL. But it's kind of bittersweet, because it's been such a fantastic year in terms of making YouTube videos and chatting to you guys, meeting all you, and it's been such a bittersweet season for me in so many ways. And I think, to be honest, those two things are not mutually exclusive. Having an audience at the beginning of the season just forced me into so many stupid decisions. And to be fair, it's maybe forced me into a lot of these YOLO decisions that I've made over the last few game weeks as well. But yeah, I do still think I have been fairly unlucky this season. But I have also made mistakes that I need to learn from, which I definitely will going into next season. And for that reason, I'm very much looking forward to just starting next season and applying what I've learned. and hopefully getting a little bit more luck come my way, and also just less of the random factor, less of games being cancelled and moved and going all over the place. A bit crazy. Dan Cross says KDB potential punt. Yeah, again, it's just a fixture. I'm not massive on the fixture. To be honest, Everton are not conceding a lot of goals. So I don't know. Ross Wilson says, hey Dan, sitting at 2k overall. Congratulations, nice one. What do you think about Bruno to Mane punt to try and sneak in top 1k? Absolutely love it. I kind of said at the beginning of the stream, if I'm a Bruno owner, I go straight to Mane. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This guy's put the more pay emoji in the chat. Rightfully so. No, but I do really appreciate your support, and it has been amazing to build this audience, and hopefully we can combine a fantastic audience, fantastic tips in the buy, sell, keep, avoid video, with also my fantasy team doing well as well. Can I do well? I want to do well as well, guys. I feel like I'm missing out on all the fun. We'll see. We'll see. But, I mean, before that, we've got Euros. So, yeah, guys, once again, I will tell you that I am going to be doing Euro fantasy stuff as of Monday. I'll probably go straight on either Monday or Tuesday. I might take Monday off because Sunday will be a crazy, stressful day, I think. Monday, I will see how I feel. I might also have a couple of beers as well on Sunday to watch the football. So, and I will have work on Monday as well, day job work. But yeah, we'll do Euro stuff. I'm looking forward to that, to be fair, because I don't know. Euro fantasy comes around so infrequently. It's been 5 years since the last one. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know how many people will be playing. I don't know how many people out of you guys will be interested in the content. But it's something I want to do. I know a few people have asked about it, which is a good sign. Adam says, ranked 150k and you say it's been a bad season. Yeah, definitely. I would say this has been a bad season. And so much has gone wrong and I've made so many mistakes. Yukas Far says, can you make a video on how Euro Fantasy work? I'm new to all FPL. Well, actually, yeah, that'd probably be a good place to start. If we start off, we'll just do a video on how Euro Fantasy works. Now, to be fair, that video will probably take me a little while because I will want to make some really nice graphics to help properly explain it. I've already got some ideas for some tactics and strategy videos for Euro Fantasy as well, so we'll make sure we do that. And then from there we'll do like my team, my initial draft for Euro Fantasy. We'll do some good players to pick, some good differentials or whatever. We'll do all kinds of stuff. We'll do all kinds of stuff, and yeah, it'll be good. So there we go. Few guys suggesting some absolutely wacky transfers. We'll have a think about it. I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I guess Sunday. So kind of 3.5 days to think about it. And yeah, we'll do buy, sell, keep, avoids this week. We'll do a 1 week punt video. We'll do my team selection video, and we'll have time for one more. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, okay. Maybe we won't have enough time for a fourth video, so because we'll just go straight to the stream. Alright, well, yeah, we'll do 3 videos before Gameweek 38, and I don't know if this video will be any use to anyone, but hopefully it is. But guys, I am going to head off, because I just want to... FPL Giants, 17 points off top 10k, do you think I can make it? Yes, everything is always possible. You go for a differential like Mane, something like that, and it comes off, it's done. Easy. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching today. Hopefully this video is something. I'm going to go off and do some research as to what I'm going to do with my team, and we'll start doing some research on something that you guys can do for your teams as well. And we'll do buy, sell, keep, avoid tomorrow, of course. But thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, and I'll see you tomorrow for the buy, sell, keeps, and avoids for the very last time this season. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.